Hello, welcome back to part 4 video of finding volume of a cone. And so in this particular part 4 video, what I'd like to do is take the values that we organized, right? Pi 3.14, our radius, remember, was half of the diameter, so we just divided 2 into the radius, and our height, which was given of 5, and substitute them into the formula. And then simplify following PEMDAS, right? First parentheses, then exponents, multiply, divide, add, and subtract. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to go very slowly in showing you each step and how to do this. All right, so please do not get confused. First, I want to explain pi is 3.14, so I substituted 3.14 for pi. And again, I mentioned how each of these are multiplying with each other. So that's what I'm showing you here. Each of these are multiplying with each other. The radius squared, r, is 1.125. So I substitute 1.25 for r. And I don't forget it's raised to that power of 2, or r squared, right? 1.125 squared. Times the height. Then my height value is 5, so I'll substitute 5 for the height. And that's what I'm doing right here, substituting 5 for h. H represents the height. All right, so what I wanted to show you is when you multiply, and this is going to come into play later in this video, when you multiply with fractions, right, that's part of the formula. Each of these are going to multiply with each other. And we're going to go one at a time, very slow. You multiply top to top, bottom to bottom. And here I wanted to show you, for those that are not aware, of course I have videos on invisible ones. Please check out those videos. They are so extremely helpful for you. They eliminate a lot of confusion in mathematics. It's invisible ones. So under each and every number or term, there's a value, a fractional value, even if it's invisible one. So that's what these ... represents, a fraction of 1 underneath these terms. And again, we multiply fractions, we multiply top to top, bottom to bottom, okay? And in some of the last steps, I need to show you why there's a 3 in the denominator. So again, check out my videos if this is confusing. So all I've done is substitute the height, h, the r radius, the pi value, 3.14, into the formula above to show this. Now, according to PEMDAS, we simplify inside the parentheses. There's nothing to simplify inside these parentheses. So then I go, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, I go to exponents, right? So I do have an exponential value of 2. So I'm going to simplify that first. 1.125 raised to the second power is this term multiplied times itself twice, right? If this was cubed, it would be multiplied 3 times. If this was the 4th power, it would be multiplied 4 times. So I'm just going to take 1.125, because it's a squared, and multiply it times itself. That's what I'm going to do here in the next portion of the video. And that's what I'm showing you here. Right? I'm going to take this step by step. I'm not going to be skipping steps. I'm going to go very slow. So 1.125 raised to the second power is right here. It's self times itself. So the number times itself. And then everything else. 5 over 1 times 3.14 pi. The times, and then 3.14 over the invisible 1 I rewrite, times, 1/3. I just rewrite everything else I'm not working on. And I'm going to do this step by step until I get a solution for this problem. Okay? So the next step in this process, right? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So I have parentheses, exponents. I'm just simplifying this exponent here. By the way, 1.125 times 1.125 is 1.265625. So I'm leaving a lot of this information. I'm not rounding this up yet. I will round this up later. I want to be as accurate as possible for this answer. All right. So in order of operations, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Multiply and divide comes next, right? There are no exponents, there are no parentheses, or at least nothing inside to simplify the parentheses. So next comes multiply and divide. Technically, when it's a tie, multiply, well, when you multiply, you should be working left to right. But here I'm doing this to show you specifically multiplying the r squared times the height, okay? And you can do that here. I think it's I think it's a communicative property of multiplication that allows you to do that. Anyhow, I'm multiplying these two terms here, and the rest we multiply, and the last step is to divide. So I'm going to show you that here. 1.265625 times 5, and we multiply 1 times 1 again as invisible 1. So I end up with 6.328125 over the invisible 1. And then everything else I just rewrote. 1/3, 1/3, 3.14 over 1, 3.14 over 1. Now you could write a solid 1 underneath all of these terms if you like. I'm trying to instruct, so I'm showing you, hey, there's an invisible 1 under each of these. All right, now I'm just going to multiply 3.14 times 6.328125. And then 1 times 1 is 1. So I'm going to show you that here. All right. Moving this up just a little bit here. Just moving it up a little bit. All right. And so, again, 1 times 19. Again, 3.14 times 6.328125 is 19.87031125. Right? And then 1 times 1 is 1. Now I'm going to multiply, rewrite what I haven't done yet, that 1/3. I'm going to multiply 1 times this value here, which gives you this value here, right? Anything times 1 is itself. 19.87031125. And again, 3 times 1 is 3. All right, so again, I'm showing you the invisible ones because 3 times 1 times 1 is 3. The last step is to divide, right? There's no more parentheses, no exponents. I cannot multiply any further, but every fraction is a division problem. So I'm going to take 19.87031125. That's a tongue twister. And I'm going to divide by 3. Okay? That's going to give me a value. Now remember, in the answer, you need to round up or round down to the tenths place, right? The tenths place. And so here, when you divide this value, you get 6.62. All right. The number to the right is 6. Is that 5 or larger? No. So I can round this value down to a 0, and that 6 just stays the same. Okay. We need to round up to the tens place according to the answer. So we're going to have our answer be 6.6 inches cubed. So they didn't give you any options in that particular answer, A, B, C, and D. They only gave you 6.6, right? Or 6 6/10, answer B. But they wanted you to have the answers in inches cubed. And that's what this looks like, inches cubed. If you're finding the area of inches and not volume, it would be inches squared. Okay. So a test taking strategy, if you have a bunch of A, B, C, D answers, and they're saying in inches, keep it in inches cubed, and one of them is in inches square, cross it off, right? This is inches cubed. Hey, math is easy. Take it step by step. Thank you for joining me. Remember, if this is difficult, you can stop, pause, rewind these videos. Hey, if I've helped you, please help me to help others. Please like, follow, and share these videos. Thank you for joining me.